Hi everyone, you're watching Sveta's Menu Cooking Channel. Today, we're going to quickly whip up a juicy chicken dish called chicken under a hat. Super tender, super juicy, and absolutely delicious. And of course, to make it, we need chicken. I have 3 pieces of chicken breast here. I sliced them lengthwise and gently pounded them. Here are the pieces I ended up with, halved and lightly tenderized. Now for the hat topping, we'll need 1 large tomato, or 2 small ones, 2 eggs, 2 small garlic cloves, or 1 large one, half of a medium onion, 100 grams of cheese, and 3 tablespoons of sour cream or mayonnaise. I'm using sour cream today. We'll also need salt and pepper. Let's get started. We begin by grating the eggs on a coarse grater. Did you know that in ancient Rome, eggs were often served at the beginning of meals, giving rise to the saying, ab ovo usque ad mala, from the egg to the apples? It was a common Latin expression used by the ancient Romans to describe a full-course meal, much like we might say, from start to finish today. Once grated, we'll move on to chopping the rest of the ingredients. Let's start with the onion. It should be chopped into very small cubes, just like everything else. In ancient Egypt, onions were considered sacred and symbolized eternity due to their endless layers. They were placed in the tombs of pharaohs, including Tutankhamun, as offerings believed to bring strength and protection in the afterlife. Onions were also used in religious rituals, and even served as part of mummification, where they were placed in the body cavities of the deceased. See how finely I've diced it? The onion is ready and goes in with the eggs. Next up, the tomato. Chop it into tiny cubes as well. Though common today, tomatoes were once feared in Europe and nicknamed the poison apple in the 16th century, as aristocrats who ate them on pewter plates often got lead poisoning, blamed wrongly on the fruit. Native to the Andes and first cultivated by the Aztecs, tomatoes were brought to Europe by Spanish explorers. In Italy, they were initially grown as ornamental plants and didn't become a cooking staple until the 18th century. Today, tomatoes are central to global cuisines, but it took centuries for them to earn their trusted place on the plate. Interestingly, the word tomato comes from the Nahuatl word tomatl, reflecting its deep roots in Mesoamerican culture, long before it reached European kitchens. Look at these neat little pieces. That's what we want. Tomatoes done. Now press the garlic through a garlic press. Alternatively, you can grate it finely. Then, we add the cheese. Time to season a bit with pepper. Keep in mind that the cheese is already salty, so adjust accordingly. Now a bit more pepper. Add the sour cream, and mix everything together. As we begin mixing all the ingredients together, it's fascinating to remember that combining flavors in a single dish is a practice rooted in ancient history. The concept of recipes dates back over 4,000 years. The oldest known written recipes were found on Babylonian clay tablets, listing ingredients like garlic, leeks, and meat stews. Ancient Romans later refined this idea in texts like Apicius, a cookbook filled with surprisingly complex flavor pairings. Mixing ingredients was not just about sustenance, but an art form, symbolizing wealth, culture, and identity. Our topping, the hat, is ready, so let's return to the chicken. As I mentioned, I used 3 chicken breasts, sliced lengthwise. Some pieces were really large, so I cut them again. I tenderized them a bit, and now it's time to season the fillets with salt and pepper. Why is this called chicken under a hat? It's because of that topping. Well, not just because, it's the hat that makes the chicken turn out so juicy and flavorful. Season the other side the same way. I won't add too much pepper on this side, so it's not too spicy, just enough for balance. Chicken meat was once considered a luxury. In medieval Europe, it was eaten mostly by the wealthy. In ancient China, chickens were first domesticated not for food, but for cockfighting. Also, the modern broiler chicken grows so rapidly due to selective breeding, it didn't exist in this form a century ago. Today's chicken reaches market weight in just 6 weeks, compared to 4 months a century ago. This rapid growth has sparked debates on animal welfare and sustainability. Interestingly, in ancient Rome, chickens were used in military rituals. Sacred hens were consulted for omens before battles, their eating behavior seen as divine signs. In Polynesian cultures, chickens were carried on long sea voyages as a vital food source, spreading the bird across distant islands. Meanwhile, in medieval Islamic cuisine, chicken was prized for its versatility and featured in sophisticated dishes with spices like saffron and cinnamon. Even Leonardo da Vinci sketched chicken anatomy, fascinated by their mechanics. Now, place the chicken pieces into a baking dish or on a baking tray. And now, we'll spoon the topping onto each piece. Be gentle, and make sure to spread the entire mixture evenly over all the fillets. Don't be stingy with it. Baked chicken only became common after enclosed ovens spread in the 19th century. Before then, poultry was mostly roasted over open flames. This shift changed how households cooked, making baked dishes like this not just easier, but more flavorful and consistently tender. The invention of temperature-controlled ovens allowed home cooks to perfect recipes that were once only achievable in professional kitchens or over fire. It also opened the door to countless regional variations, each culture adding its own toppings, marinades, and spices to the humble dish. And there you go. I've evenly distributed the topping across all the chicken fillets. Now we'll pop it into a preheated oven at 180 degrees Celsius, 356 degrees Fahrenheit, for 35 to 40 minutes. Keep an eye on it, depending on how your oven bakes. And here it is. Our chicken is ready. It turned out beautifully. Let me cut into it and show you what it looks like inside. Cuts easily, doesn't it? You can enjoy it on its own, or serve it with rice or a vegetable salad, whatever you prefer. So give it a try. I think you'll really enjoy it. And with that, it's time to say goodbye. Leave a comment, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to Sveta's menu, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.